Welcome to day 598 of our Web3 journey. I'm Ed Krasenstein here with my twin brother Brian. And remember, these videos are being sponsored by NFT Tech. They are an investor in DeSoFi, the Web3 mobile app built on the DeSo blockchain. So yesterday, Nader made an interesting post. Of course, Nader Al-Naji, the creator of the DeSo blockchain. And that blog post was titled, "Why This Time Is Not Different." Advice for first-time crypto founders on surviving the bear market. And in the post, he talked a lot about living through the three different crypto cycles, starting way back in 2012, about 10 years ago. And he shared his perspective on things and the way the market's going now. He said he believes this cycle feels much less severe than previous cycles that he's experienced. But he said no one can predict the future. And, everybody knows that because something happened in the past doesn't mean that we're going to see the same thing happen now or in the future. But he does believe that this downturn in the crypto space will pass sooner than most people think. He talked a lot about 2013 when Bitcoin was basically the only game in town, and Mt. Gox, for those who were around back then, was essentially the only exchanger. Dogecoin, Litecoin, and then Coinbase and other exchanges started to emerge, but MT Gox ended up collapsing. And Silk Road, which was like the Bitcoin marketplace, I guess you could call it, ended up getting raided and shut down for drugs and all kinds of murder for hire and all kinds of interesting things. So that was definitely a big downer back in 2013. And then in 2017, Ethereum burst onto the scenes, as did privacy coins such as Zcash and Monero, and stable coins like USDC, which are used highly today. Then in 2018, we had another bear market, and that hit as the SEC got more involved in shutting things down. Then in 2020, Uniswap version 2 launched, enabling efficient on-chain token trading for the first time. And Nader believes that this was super important for the crypto space, and I tend to agree. And other innovations started to gain in popularity in 2020 as well, such as NFTs and fast layer ones like Solana and Avalanche, as well as layer 2 solutions, algorithmic stablecoins like Terra and Luna, even though, we all know what happened to them. And of course, DeSo and its infinite state blockchain that's powering on-chain money-enabled Twitter apps like Diamond. So they burst onto the scene. And all in all, Nader believes that losing FTX, like we're seeing right now, the huge exchanger, is nothing compared to what we saw in 2013, 2014 with the Mt. Gox disaster. And this crash, he believes, is nothing like what took place in 2018 when SEC essentially wiped out token listings, basically wiped them off the table for an indefinite period of time. He believes things looked much bleaker in these previous downturns, 2013, 2018. And I think we would agree, Brian. I think we would agree that this downturn is definitely not as bleak looking as those of the past. We actually lost a good amount of Bitcoin in Mt. Gox when it collapsed, and we're actually
60
still
Bitcoin, 60 Bitcoin.
Yeah, 60 Bitcoin we lost. And we're still waiting to see how the legal stuff gets sorted and get some of that Bitcoin back. Like, it's not going to be 60 Bitcoin, but
It's like 9. We'll get like 9 back, I think.
so they say, but we have yet to see it. And it's been, what, 8 years?
Yeah, but it has gone through the court process. It's just a waiting game now. But yeah, I mean, people are going to get a portion of their Bitcoin back, about 15%, but that Bitcoin is valued at so much higher than it was back when they lost it. So
Yeah, and this situation with Mt. Gox could be different in that there could be a crime behind it. And I think if there's a crime,
FTX, you mean the situation with the FTX?
what did I say?
Mt. Gox.
Yeah, the situation with FTX, if there's a crime involved, it could get a lot sketchier, and people might not be able to get their money back, at least not as easily. We actually almost invested in Coinbase when they were raising money via crowdfunding. I think we could buy like 1/1000th of the company for like $2,500 or something.
Yeah, that's right.
We also saw these crashes firsthand because we got into Bitcoin back in 2011, 2012. It was, we were actually selling ads on a website, and some people paid with Bitcoin when it was like $300, $350 a coin. So we saw these crashes, and it was devastating. In 2013, it was devastating when Bitcoin crashed. We were like, is it ever going to come back? Is this the end? Is Bitcoin going to zero? And then it shot back higher than ever. And the same thing happened in 2018. So I think people who experience the previous downturns don't get as scared with the current downturns because they've seen it happen before, and they've seen crypto and Bitcoin just rebound higher and higher as a result of the downturn, I guess you could say. So I don't think it's going to zero. Again, this isn't investment advice by any means, and I'm not an oracle, but I think being around for then like Natter, I think we can see that this really isn't as terrible of a end of the world scenario as a lot of people are making it out to be.
Yeah, and of course things can get a lot worse. We don't know the full repercussions of this FTX downfall. I mean, there could be mass contagion, but I don't think we're going to see anything like back in 2013 or 14 when Mt. Gox collapsed. Mt. Gox was pretty much the only real exchange out there. And when they collapsed, it was just pandemonia. You couldn't, there wasn't really a real trustworthy way to get Bitcoin out of your wallet if you want to cash it in. And I think that through everything we've been through, I can't say we're relaxed and calm through all this, but I mean, we know that we're going to come out the other side. It's hard looking at your wallet and seeing it down, I don't know, like 80% from the highs. But when you zoom out and you see how all these other downfalls turned out, we got stronger, the crypto space got stronger, and it put in new regulations that actually help crypto. And I think we'll see this, and it's going to be easier to trust some of these exchanges. I think keep your coins on a paper wallet in a ledger or a Trezor wallet. I don't think you should keep it in an exchange unless you're going to be doing trading.
Yeah, very well said.
So I want to move on. There's actually a really cool project that I noticed on NFTZ on the DeSo blockchain. And that's a project created by a username called Spacetime. And the user Spacetime, they're creating this really amazing 3D humanoid avatar collection. And these avatars can actually be used within the metaverse. And what Spacetime does is they can make customized avatars. They can use AI to do it if they want, of these humanoid 3D models. And you check these out. You can check some of them out at NFTZ, of course, at the space_time.nftz.me URL. But basically, when you buy one of these NFTs, the NFT actually gives you the rights to the accompanying VRM file, which can be used in pretty much any crypto metaverse world, such as Webaverse, Monoverse, Hyperfi.io, Substrata.info, etc. Anywhere that VRM is supported, these will be supported. So the NFT basically represents the file and the licensing of it. I think this is the future. I think that utility NFTs that actually represent something, NFTs that can actually be used within a metaverse, I think that's where things are headed. I think that you have all these JPEGs. Don't get me wrong, there's going to be plenty of JPEGs worth a whole lot of money down the road. But what you're seeing is this mass influx of all of these NFTs coming into the market, and it's kind of diluting the whole pool of them all. So some of them, specific ones, will be valuable, of course, but there's going to be a lot of junk out there until these utilities come about. And I think that kind of moves us onto our next segment, which is WhaleSharkEth. WhaleSharkEth actually created an auction for a utility NFT. And his very first NFT he created on any blockchain. This represents basically his first venture into NFTs. And being an NFT collector, I think he owns over 400,000 NFTs across multiple blockchains. That's huge.
I just want to say, I don't know if it's the first NFT he's created, but it's the first NFT he's created that he's auctioning off.
Got it. Well, which is big, and he's doing it on DeSo, on NFTZ. So Thanks for choosing DSO and NFTZ, first of all. But the NFT is called a minimum wage coin, MWC for short, of course. And he's releasing one of these per week. So one per week. The NFT will basically be for 10 minutes. It's good for 10 minutes of a live meeting with WhaleSharkEth. The minimum bid for the auction is set at the time at the hourly minimum wage in the United States. So whatever the U.S. Labor Department has the minimum wage set at, that's what the minimum bid's going to be set at. The auction is going to last 36 hours, and a minimum of 30 minutes of NFTs will be required in order for a user to pretty much cash them in or redeem them for a meeting with WhaleSharkEth. And WhaleShark says that a maximum of 50 minutes worth of NFTs can be redeemed at any one time. So he doesn't want to go longer than 50 minutes, but if you have more than 5 of these, you can save them up. You can basically hoard them if you want, or you can just save them for another meeting at another time. Season 1 of these NFTs by WhaleSharkEth will feature 12 NFTs of these minimum wage coins, and the NFT must be transferred back to him upon redemption. So you can't be selling these to people after you use them so that they can use them. If you redeem them, you have to transfer them back. You can, of course, sell them to other people before you redeem them, though. The meetings that these NFTs represent will be set up and a discussion agenda as well upon redemption. And meetings will take place on Zoom, voice only, because WhaleSharkEth doesn't show his face. And you can include up to 2 people on your side. So if you buy it, I could include Ed if I want. NFTs can be resold, like I mentioned before. They can be transferred, hoarded, or burned. So 12 copies were minted, and because there were multiple serial numbers, we saw that WhaleSharkEth couldn't do a timed auction on NFTZ. So what happened is Martijn Van Halen, M. Van Halen, and NFT Van Halen, Boss, worked with him this morning, and they actually changed the code on NFTZ to allow for these to be put up for timed auctions. But in the process, WhaleShark forgot to set a future end date, and what happened is it automatically closed the NFT auction that was already opened.
I think he set the date, but I think he did October instead of November. I think he made that
I mean, it was an easy mistake to make. But Louis Eddy actually won it for 7.77 DSO, which is about $75 or so. But he offered to return it to WhaleShark because, of course, it ended too early. But WhaleShark decided to honor the sale. And the next auction will be open on Monday. Does he mean today, Monday? I'm guessing he means today, Monday.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe next month. It might be next Monday. But I think
could be next Monday, since
today.
this one was this Monday.
Yeah.
But I love what he's doing. I think utility NFTs, like I said before, are definitely the future. And this is definitely a great use case. And it's something that maybe we'll do. Maybe we'll do something like this. I don't know. Maybe we'll get a little more creative, even like take it up a notch. And I think maybe somebody can take ours up a notch. I think there's a lot of great ideas that can form from this. And I think WhaleSharkEth might have sparked that. I remember 2 or 3 years ago, for those who don't know who WhaleSharkEth is, he was huge on Clubhouse. He would be like the main attraction for some of the largest NFT rooms on Clubhouse with hundreds and hundreds of people. And of course, he owns 400 NFTs, big time NFT collector. I remember people begging to be on stage just to ask WhaleShark a question. So this is definitely a very valuable NFT. If you want to talk to WhaleShark, if you're in the NFT space, if you're in the crypto space, I think he's a good person to bounce some ideas off of.
Yeah, for sure. And WhaleSharkEth also proposed a couple of ideas in regards to creator coins on how to make them safer for fans and followers. He suggested 3 things. Smart contract to provide lock investing of creator coins for both the creators and the purchasers. Number 2, color code, other visible indicator of strong holders or sellers of own creator coin. And 3, Oracle integration to ensure delivery of benefits to creator coin holders with smart contract based penalties to the creator. I wonder if smart services are something that could work on this. But I know like Natter and the DeSo core team, they seem to be more behind the whole idea of smart services rather than smart contracts. But I think smart services could actually work on a specific node, on a specific app to allow for this. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so too. We haven't really heard a lot about smart services from the core team lately. I know there was a lot of buzz about it maybe like 6 months ago, and it kind of faded off. So I don't know their exact plans on what they're going to be doing there. But yeah, I think that a smart service could work here. It really just depends on how things develop, I think.
I definitely think there needs to be some sort of locking mechanism so people can lock their creator coins, especially for creators, so that creators can say, okay, I'm not selling my creator coin for 3 years. And even big investors, big buyers of creator coins should be able to do this. And I know it's been talked a lot about, and I know people have mentioned this idea before. I think creator coins 2.0 should have some sort of feature like this. And I do like the color coding idea where, people who are strong sellers or even strong holders of their own creator coin should be marked with a certain indicator so that people can kind of trust them. So definitely some great ideas there. He also made another post saying that creator coins are fundamental to Web3 social media, to the economy on Web3 social media. And then he listed why he feels this way. Number one, he said, visible right next to your handle. Create higher tangible visibility on top charts, harder to fake than follows and likes, which I completely agree with, better and more visible subscription model for followers and fans. And number 5 on his list was allow followers and fans to share in a creator's journey and success. And I agree completely with all these. I think Web3 without creator coins is definitely a more boring ecosystem than Web3 with creator coins. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I think creator coins are a really important part of DeSo's future. But I also think that they do need to be reimagined. Things need to change. I think we learned a lot from creator coins back a year ago or so, but I think there's so much potential there. And I know we're gonna see some things from Pearl, and that's gonna be amazing. But I think that the general core creator coin needs to adapt as well. And I think a lot of these ideas from WhaleShark are definitely something that I think Natter could listen to and maybe iterate on.
Yeah, definitely. And like you said, Pearl, I think Pearl is going to be doing something a little bit different, but I think the normal, the on-chain creator coins should have some improvements made. And I think the core team is working on something.
Creator coins spur engagement. And that's why we had so much engagement back in the day, is that everybody wanted to get noticed, because if you got noticed, then somebody might buy your coin. And I think it makes people want to do good things. And when you have that, I think that's the spark you need to really differentiate a platform or a protocol from, say, a Twitter, say a whatever, Facebook. You need something that's going to get people excited to be over here. And I think Creator Coins has that potential. Of course, the earnings via diamonds and all that, that's huge too. NFTs, that's huge. But I think you need a huge spark. And I think Creator Coins has that potential. It just needs to change a little bit.
Yeah, most definitely. So, Brian, Social World, they featured yet another creator this morning. Who is it?
Yeah, Natalie Art is the 13th creator from one of 50 countries that the Social World will be profiling. She is from Ukraine. And I just want to play a part of her little clip here right now.
It's Natalie Art from DISO. Привіт, ми з України. And yes, it's war in my country now. I'm in safe region and much appreciate all my friends on DISO which supports me and my country. I really appreciate it. What about DISO? It's my first Web3 platform and it's really huge supporters and great crypto community I ever know. Edo and the social world is a huge project which support all.
She wanted to thank the DISO community for all of their support they've given her, especially since she's from Ukraine. And of course, the war over there is horrible. Like the Social World, we'd like to give Natalie and the rest of the Ukrainian DISO community our support as well as they go through this terrible war with Russia. There's a lot of Ukrainians on DSO. Of course, Brutal is a well-known one, but there's so many other ones as well. And I think that any way we can support them is great. I'm so glad that Natalie did this video. And remember, you can also submit a video to DSocial World, and if you're chosen, you'll win $10. They have 37 more people from 37 different countries to do.
Yeah, and some noteworthy news on DSO OGs. High Key is back. The three Lintz brothers are back with their High Key account. They made a post saying back in a big way, and they've made several posts since then. Additionally, Madam Fetish is back, another DSO OG who she tends to leave for a long period of time and then come back for a while. I hope she's here to stay. Definitely a great part of the DSO community. Glad to have them all back. And also, yeah, go ahead, Brian.
I was just gonna say, I hope that Madam Fetish develops a fetish for DSO.
Yes, that's a good point. Anyhow, DSO OG WhaleSharkEth NFT Creations. She welcomed her daughter onto DSO last night. Her daughter's account is FicaPix, FICAPICS, and she's actually giving away free NFTs to the first 50 people who follow her on DSO. Follow her and also like, repost, and diamond her NFT. She's doing so through a claim action on NFTZ. So the first 50 people to take these actions and then claim the NFT will get it. You can see a link directly to that NFT above this video on DSO or below it on YouTube. Check it out, get your free NFT, and welcome aboard FicaPix. Great to have you on DSO.
Yeah.
So as many of you know, NFTZ.me is the only place where you can post and view live time DSO auctions. Just go to nftz.me/auctions and you can see all of the auctions that are ending soon. I just want to highlight a few that are ending in the next 24 hours. There's another mini clout, and there's another whale shark mini clout. Whale by Shark by Machine. It ends today at 7:09 p.m. Eastern time, around that time. And this one appears to be the full body version of the one that ended yesterday, which was basically the Avatar headshot version, which actually sold in a bidding war to Tobias Schmid for 8.60. So check this one out. Ends at around 7:09 p.m. today Eastern time. And Space Time, Brian mentioned them earlier in the show. They're creating those 3D avatars. Minimum bid on these are about 5 DSO, I believe, and there's a bunch of them ending today. So check those out if you haven't already. Spacetime.nftz.me. And also Art2Z has some more of their DSO Joker NFTs up for auction ending today. These are some really cool NFTs. They remind me of like televisions with bodies. You'll see what I mean if you check them out, but they end today as well.
Yeah, great NFTs for sure. I want to quickly get to the top 10 NFT bidders over the last 24 hours, according to NFTZ. These people bid on the most NFTs on the DSO blockchain the last day. Dead Metal, followed by Ambitious Lynch, Pipaloo, Rhinelf, Owen Pink 73, Scrutinized NFT, Studio Richards, Ollie B, Lewis Eddy, who we spoke about earlier and winning the WhaleSharkEth NFT, and Vindictive TJ. And the top diamond creators over the last 24 hours, thanks to our friends at Altumbase, these people received the most diamonds or tips on their posts and replies on DSO blockchain last day. WhaleSharkEth was #1. Lots of great posts, lots of great insight. Followed by Lil Lover, Yanu Yu, DSocial World, Weebos, Natter, ECOE, BK Power 8, Sean Slater, and Striga.
Yes, and thanks everybody for watching our show. Remember today, there's several big DSO events taking place. Check out this list right here. Thanks to Ms. Katie Ann for providing us with it. The DSO Crypto Winter Hackathon Room is taking place today. Conchi's behind that with Slava. They're going to be announcing all of the projects for the hackathon. So this is going to be a super exciting room at 1 p.m. Eastern time today on Clubhouse. If you can't make any other DSO event in the next month, this is one that you should make. I'm going to try my best to be there and listen to hear some of these great projects that are going to be coming to DSO. So everybody, have a great rest of your day, rest of your week, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.